Morning, y'all. It's September 12th. So I guess I'm going to just call this September garden tour. I may do another one later in the month, though, since I'm kind of transitioning, planting some new stuff. Today's video, though, mostly is about pumpkin plants. So I've got this one coming out of this raised bed here. The squash bugs went from destroying the squash to coming over and eating on the watermelon on the obelisk. They're still not real too bad yet on the watermelon vine that's down there on the fabric. It's still growing and going crazy. As a matter of fact, that's what this vine right here is that watermelon plant that's in that end of the bed. It goes out over there down along that bed. Some of it turn around and come back over here. See, that's watermelon. I'll have to pinch this one off. That fence won't hold that. The chickens don't mind. They'll eat it. Anyway, this one watermelon plant that's in the bed and comes out, part of the vine came up over the obelisk. They've killed that. They've killed this that's along the fence here. Other parts of the vine that branched off have come over. We've got a watermelon on the outside. I'm sure the bunny rabbit will get. But anyway, so I just have to keep an eye on that and pinch back any that grow on the chicken wire, because the chicken wire is not going to support 30-something pound watermelons. But anyway, back to the pumpkins. I let the watermelon vine, and I just trained it to come on around here. So now it's growing back up and going over. And I might as well pinch this one off too. So anyway, the pumpkin is doing the same thing. So the squash bugs went from the squash to the watermelon and the pumpkin, and they're decimating it. They've almost totally decimated our pumpkin patches down by the barns, which there's like one pumpkin out of the whole patch. It's sad. I think I'm going to find a sad song and make an Instagram reel for that. But anyway, so this one pumpkin vine, it split off several big vines. Oh, see, we got oh, look, that one watermelon plant. That's a watermelon that's in there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Little watermelon. So it might do okay because it's still going crazy. But anyway, and there's a pumpkin right there. But half this plant has been eat up by the squash bugs. I've treated it, and it's still, I think that's the only reason it's still alive at this point. This is all the same plant. This whole thing right here. That's the same pumpkin plant, one plant, okay? And you see this end, you see some powdery mildew starting. It's not supposed to be variegated looking like that. That's powdery mildew. This is where the powder is still on it from the last time I was trying to treat it, just to keep it alive long enough for the pumpkin that's growing in the deck box. It came back through the fence wire. See there? And so I just let it land in the deck box. And matter of fact, you can see right there, that part of the pumpkin plant, I actually buried it in the deck box to give it a little bit extra juice there to go ahead and produce some more maybe. And that end coming off of it's doing fine. You can see that this end of it's doing fine. I did the pumpkin along the edge of this fabric for a reason. It's had at least one vine borer. I suspect there's another one on that one vine part over there that has led to the destruction of most of this with the squash bugs. But anyway, the fabric, it kind of comes along that. Well, part of it, I let it come out onto the ground in hopes that it would go ahead and place roots, because every segment here, from here to here, this one and this one, most especially this one, if you planted that, put that in the dirt, covered it up a little bit, it would actually root. So I think that's one reason why part of my vine is dead on the watermelon and the pumpkins, because they're kind of related. But anyway, so they come along, and I don't know if the watermelon does that. I only heard that about the pumpkins, and I've seen it with the pumpkin. But anyway, so hopefully we'll get a couple more pumpkins off of this one. But that's where we are in the pumpkins. Like I said, the ones down by the barn, they tell me that the plants are just totally gone. I don't go down there every day, so I didn't catch that. I knew that they were starting to eat on it, and it's like, them things, if you don't jump on it, they can destroy things pretty quick. But I'm fixing to be pickling some more peppers. I need to get out here and pick the jalapenos, and they're supposed to be notapenios, but they're kind of hot for notapenios. But yeah, the garden's a mess. You can tell I quit deadheading the marigolds because it's died back because so much of it went to seed there. The pepper plants are really doing good now. I cleaned out, you know, there was another tomato plant that was here, and some, well, it was just a tomato plant. Taking that out, and it just opened it up more for this plant, I guess. The pepper plants did horrible for so much of the year, and they've just in the last month really started doing better again. But this cantaloupe plant, can't believe it's still even going. But it's got still got some new growth on it. I still powdery mildew once again. My Tabasco peppers went from not wanting to hardly do anything to now they look like little trees right here. And they are, if I took a yardstick, I'd say they're at least 3 feet tall. And there's the basil I posted a picture of the other day. That pepper plant's being kind of choked out. But yeah, the pepper plants, since I opened it up better, they may like shoulder-to-shoulder contact with each other, but they don't like being overrun with other stuff, apparently. This pepper plant, I need to pick that pepper. I started to just go ahead and pull it, but it's got some blossoms on it, and we didn't get near enough peppers, so I'm hoping. Anyway, got a few things planted the other day. Some peas along there so they can go up the trellis. The cantaloupe is still going up the trellis. We got one going there, and then we've got another one growing there. It kind of got hung up in the wire a little bit when I found it, so it's kind of odd shaped. But this one is that'll be coming off the vine anytime. But yeah, some butter crunch lettuce and some radishes, nasturtiums again, and then the rest of this bed is going to be nothing but carrots, because I want some carrots. The carrots we raised in the buckets were so good. And then, of course, waiting for the watermelon plants to finish up too, so I can rip them out and be able to plant some more fall stuff. I brought in some more chicken litter bedding from down at the barn, and had pulled the fabric back and piled it in here, covered it back up. This pepper plant's doing pretty good, and another Tabasco tree. And then same thing on this end. Did the same thing, chicken litter, and then covered it back up, keeping it wet so it'll start breaking down. But hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll be able to get some cabbages and collard greens. I don't know what all I'm going to put in there. I hadn't decided yet. Anyway, the sugar baby watermelon's going crazy. Hoping to make some watermelon jelly today. I may try to video that. I definitely need to finish some cleanup. But that's where we're at right now. Just kind of in transition. I'm hoping once I get everything pulled out and replanted to get the pressure washer in here and just kind of get most of this debris hosed out of here. I've still got to work on my drainage back there. So, figure out what I'm going to do once I pull the compost out of here. But we'll just figure it out as we go, like we always do, I guess. Fixing to get my plastic up on my hoop house too, but I might do another video on that. Anyway, talk to y'all later.